Friday the 13th. You may only see it once, but that will be enough. Friday the 13th.
We'll do a crossover.
We'll do a crossover immediately.
Yeah.
Yes. This is the crossover.
Yeah.
Guys, welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Katie Hettenbach, and this is Katie Afraidy. Woo! A horror movie review podcast where I chat with comedians, horror fans, filmmakers, actors alike, and we shoot the shit about a horror movie, get off topic, and spoil. And it's a silly, haha, goofy time. But either way, shit's about to get spooky.
That look is amazing. Oh, God, we need a fog machine. What a bunch of... Can I curse? Is that fun?
No.
We're gonna get a smoke machine. It's just
it's
us
not.
smoking.
We're gonna have we're gonna have someone blow at it's fine.
We just all start smoking on the podcast.
It's a smoking podcast specifically. Yeah, you guys are gonna get addicted.
Everybody would love it, but me. I don't do it.
Well, today's the day.
Today's the day,
guys. I am here with the hilarious comedian, and he's also a former. You are a current podcast
former
host.
And now.
Formerly known as. No, it's funny in the horror community. There's so many podcasts, but we actually met first online with podcasting.
Yeah.
And met through his podcast, the Reasonably Afraid podcast. Guys, it's Zach Bennett. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on this episode of Reasonably Afraidy. I beat you to it.
You crushed it. You know what? Do you want to host? But it's interesting hosting and then being in the other seat where you're like, oh, I don't need to say anything now. I can.
My show is literally me with two other comics, so I have to wrangle the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is great. I don't have to wait for two people to stop interrupting. Like I'm like, hey, a fun fact, and they're like, but what about dogs? And you're like, okay.
And you're like, I guess we won't even talk about it. It's okay. Don't worry.
Wait, is the no cursing thing serious? I forget.
No.
Okay.
Are you
cool.
fucking kidding?
Oh, thank God.
Who would?
I haven't had to not curse in so long. There's these shows for old people
I should have
Florida.
lied and then had you go the whole thing.
That would have sucked.
And then been like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to, there's certain shows, where they're like, especially when you're gigging and being from Florida where you either get to do really cool shows for the young people who live in Florida and it feels like there's no in between. It's like that. And then there's just elderly white people who's oxygen tanks you can hear going off in the audience.
100%.
And then they're like, okay, this crowd you got to be PG for. I'm like, I don't think I have the PGs, everything in between. Even that's pretty.
Yeah. Everyone's like clean.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I don't do that.
There's 7 clean comics.
Yeah.
And everybody else causes. It's they're like, can you be clean? I'm like, have you ever seen comedy? What are you talking about?
Comedy it's tough for me. And I enjoy swearing and I don't realize when I swear.
Yeah.
Now it just kind of comes out.
Because you're an adult.
Yeah. It just kind of comes out of my mouth. And I kind of just, it's word vomit at this rate. And I had an acting teacher. He listened to the podcast once and he was like, you have such a vulgar mouth. And I was like, do I? And I was like, oh yeah, well you also picked the worst episode possible to watch, but sure, yeah. It depends on the episode where but so horror wise, you're obviously a horror fan. You obviously hate the genre, hate it so much.
I feel like anything that you really love, you have to hate it too.
Oh, totally.
Like you have to fully appreciate it. You have to fully hate it to appreciate it.
Oh, totally.
The nuance of a thing is all the bad stuff too. And that gives you a full, well-rounded way to view the thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Friday the 13th is a perfect example.
It's perfect.
I know we're not there yet.
Oh yeah.
But But I think it's a perfect example of like everything that's bad about horror and great about horror all in one thing, you know? So I think that, yeah, you gotta hate it a little bit. Like there's so much, like I used to own a video store in the 2000s.
That makes sense.
Thank you.
That checks out. You do look like every guy who's owned a video store, like in one.
Yeah, I actually, this is a crazy story, dude. I got it. I worked for a Vietnamese guy whose family escaped the end of the war. They escaped Vietnam, and then they stayed in refugee camps for years. And then by the time that was when he was like a baby. Okay. And by the time he was an adult, he had just grown up in refugee camps. And he came to the United States, started working in a video store, and he saved up enough money that he opened his own video store and then put that guy out of business, and then just was like the main store for that area. Yeah. For a long time. And there's this Vietnamese guy named Charlie. No one told him not to name himself that. They let you pick your name. Cool. It's the name of the enemy. And anyway. Oops.
Oopsie-doopsies.
I like to think it was one guy who was just like, this is hilarious, and just let him do it. Anyway, super nice guy, loved me, and I loved him. He was a great dude. He was like, you know, like really helpful for me at the time. I was going to college for theater, and like
again, that checks out.
Yeah, and so when I was still in still doing that, like I could get all the time off I needed to do stuff. Like it was great. And then I graduated and moved away, and it was like 2009, and he was like, basically, it was just like, this is not profitable for me anymore, but you don't have a family that you have to support or like anything you really like have to do. Yeah. He's like, so you can afford to sit around in a video store all day and that's profitable to you because it was a mom and pop shop. Yeah. So we had lots of adult movies. Okay. Because that's the only way you could afford to stay open. Yeah. So then, yeah, I owned a video store for about like a year and a half or something.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. And then they were all the middlemen for DVD rentals. Like you have to sign contracts with them. And they were like, the ship's going down. The amount of collateral you have to put down for us to keep doing this is like, it's like $100,000. And I was like, fun story. Don't have that. Thanks so much.
And Thank you so much. I will sell the store. Yeah. Wow.
So that's like my background in.
God damn. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what was the first horror movie to scare you? Or in general movie?
Yeah. I feel like we've done this. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I feel like we've been through this before on your podcast.
Wait, did I didn't. Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I said.
No, I don't think you said. I don't remember what you said either. As soon as every podcast I do, I black
it's
out.
It's like blacked out. Yeah.
I'm blackout drunk. No, I literally, I'm fine. No, I don't remember what I say. Yeah. And someone's like, you said this. I'm like,
okay. Yeah.
I don't remember what I say.
So my first horror movie was Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay. And I was like 6 or 7 because in the early 90s, it's basically still the 80s. Every decade, the run over. Yeah. So like it was one of those like, you know, you just walk home from school when you're like 6 or 7. Yeah. And then you hang out with whatever kids' parents were actually home at that time until your parents got home from work. Yep. So, and that kid just had grandparents that just slept all day. So we would just do whatever we wanted. And he was like, we should watch this. And I don't, you know, you only remember so much from when you're a kid, but I just remember that, you know, that pool of blood spitting out of the bed and everything. And so, yeah, for me, that was that was pretty terrifying.
Yeah, the traumatizing moment. Yeah.
Yep, didn't sleep great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's valid. It's you won't sleep again.
You'll never sleep again.
Never sleep again. I think that's.
And I never did.
Yeah, and he's been awake ever since. He's been awake.
But the first thing that I remember that ever like really scared me was All Dogs Go to Heaven. And I know that sounds silly
because you're a cat person.
Yeah. No, like the imagery.
Thought it was a comedy.
Yeah. No. The imagery is terrifying, dude. Yeah. Like if you go back and watch that, even as an adult, you'll be like, who would show this to children? So it's like a lot of late 80s, early 90s stuff where you're like, what adult was like, you know, it would be good. It's like kids should watch this.
Yeah. Like even, okay. I mean, the kids today are babies because I will be like, hey, we should watch Scooby-Doo. And they're terrified. Now, Scooby-Doo's dark. Even Scooby-Doo's dark. And I was like, oh, no wonder why we're fucked up. And we like, you know, like Chicken Little. Honestly, kind of scary. You're like, it's not fine. And like the aliens for little kids, they hate that. Courage the Cowardly Dog, don't even bother.
It's so funny because like just growing up on like Dark Crystal and
Yeah,
stuff
and you're
like
like, this
that.
is normal, and it's
Yeah.
like they're like, oh, well, we need to show them Blippi, but I'm like,
They're right.
Blippi used to be fun fact. Do you know who Blippi is?
Mm.
I babysat so much, and I had this one kid be like, I don't watch Blippi. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Blippi is. It's like Blippi, and just sobbing about Blippi.
Yeah.
And then Blippi turns out he was a comedian before he had a kids show,
Yeah.
and he was famous because he shit on a guy's chest. And that's Blippi, who now kids love.
This is real? You've looked this up?
This is real.
Okay, because I remember the whole thing about back in the day. There wasn't it the Blues Clues thing? Everybody was like, "Yeah, that guy died of a heroin overdose."
He's
And then-
alive.
yeah, and then everybody's
Steve
like,
is
"No,
alive and
Steve's
well."
alive, dog.
Well, you know, Blippi,
Yeah.
before he was Blippi,
Yeah.
he was a comedian who did crazy
Listen,
things.
Here's the thing, man.
Sometimes
People
you gotta
don't
shit on
know.
a guy's chest.
Sometimes you gotta do some wild shit to stay in the business, you know. And
Yeah.
also drugs.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
No, All Those Go to Heaven is not only like is the imagery terrifying, but it's also like this whole thing about like religion in our society and everything
Yeah.
about like making kids confront these ideas that like most adults haven't fully grasped.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you want to think about like eternity? And you're like 7. You're like, what are you talking about?
Mhm.
Like, and so in this movie, not only they're like, hey, all dogs go to heaven, but that implies there are dogs who go to hell. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true. That's true. I
and
never
they
thought of it
touch
that
on
way.
it. Dogs go to hell.
Dogs
in the
your
movie.
dog might be in hell right now.
There's no hell probably.
We don't know until today, and then you tell us, and then you come back, and you're like, "Hey, there's a hell, by the way," and it's not
one of
fun.
those guys.
It's bad.
It's so funny they always do that as proof. They're like, I died and I went to hell, but then I came back and now I have another chance. They're like, yeah, maybe you just had a fucking crazy dream while you were unconscious for whatever. Anyway,
It's fine.
I don't want to be. I don't want to yuck your yum. Believe what you believe. I don't care what you believe as long as you just don't be an asshole. That's it. Just don't be an asshole. That's pretty easy.
It's okay. Yeah, that's
Not for
great.
everybody.
Not
but,
for everybody.
But that's
If
the
you want to be an
mantra.
asshole, be an asshole. You know what? Do you? Do you, boo? Do you?
Anyway, yeah.
So
the answer.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, we should watch this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, good movie. Good movie.
Good movie.
Go freaking movie. So if somebody had never seen this movie ever before, how
Yeah.
would you explain it to them?
In the context of no attachment to horror, it's just this movie,
Sure.
right? A group of young camp counselors they're prepping. You got to get things ready before the kids get there, you know. And it's 1980, which
Mhm.
means there are no rules. I don't know if
Big
everybody
hair,
knows this.
big butts, and short shorts.
That's so accurate. Yeah, yes, including the men because it's 1980.
Exactly.
There were no rules or knee-length shorts until 1996.
Yeah.
So, and the rules part's barely.
Yeah.
The real rules, 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years ago,
years
everyone
ago.
decided we should maybe have like.
Yeah. It's like an undershirt. Yeah. Something. Yeah.
Anyway, a bunch of teenagers, they show up because who better to be in charge of children than slightly older children?
Certainly, nothing will go wrong.
No, perfect. Great plan.
Perfect plan. Sure. Yeah.
So they go out to the camp and they're trying to get everything ready for the kids to come, and then slowly, one by one, they start getting picked off, and then plot twist and spoiler alert. So sorry. It's just a lady.
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
And-
Shocker.
You could interpret this as empowerment. I wouldn't, probably.
I already could interpret it as they didn't know what they were going to do with the ending, and they're like, "What if we just did that?"
That is 100% accurate.
Yeah, that's what
Yes.
happened, and I love that. When I found that out, I was like, "That makes so much sense," because this movie doesn't make sense
No.
90% of the time. And you're like, "Who's killing? What's happening?"
Yeah.
And then at one point, apparently, Jason wasn't even supposed to be deformed.
At one point, he wasn't even in the movie.
Yeah. So then, what? Then just make it about the mom. Then just make the mom the killer and have
Yeah.
it be that. But they're like,
That's. Do you mind if I?
no.
So the actual. I don't know how much
Oh,
you
you're
already
good.
know,
Yeah, go
but like, for those of you who don't know, Jason was never even a part of the script. So this movie. So Sean Cunningham.
yeah.
One of the most prolific and also problematic people in terms of the films he's made. To be fair, when you go back and look at film throughout the 70s and 80s,
Yeah, it's not,
the majority of it's exploitation.
yeah, totally, 100%.
Which isn't always a negative connotation. You know, exploitation in this sense is exploitation media is different from exploiting people, but sometimes it crosses over.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Anyway, Sean Cunningham had come from making porn, and then he made family-friendly stuff, and that wasn't making enough money, and there was still a lot of issues with making porn in the 70s. A lot of it was mafia paid for.
Okay.
Dark money or whatever.
Dark money,
Same
good.
with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
That's why there's no like official numbers on it for the first like until like a media company actually bought it. That movie was like paid for by the mob.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because to finance anything outside the industry,
Yeah.
there wasn't like now where like the cameras are affordable and like you could just buy film. Like you had to like really get some money, and unless you had like a benefactor or something to make your independent film, you had to go to some shady people, and a lot of that was done with porn and independent film throughout the 70s.
Wow.
Yeah. So Sean Cunningham had started in that world, and then he went legit.
Okay.
And then after going legit, he wasn't really making enough money because family friendly in the 70s was not what it is today.
Yeah.
And so he just merged the worlds of real media and porn. And that's how you got a lot of what happened throughout the 80s, where it's like, we look back at it now and you're like, why are all these naked women here for no reason? But it's back in the day, it was like basically like throwing softcore into your into whatever you were making.
Wow, that's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because really there wasn't access to naked people the way there is now.
Yeah.
So people would just slip it into whatever they were making.
Slip it on in.
Yeah.
Heyo.
So anyway, sorry,
You're good.
I'm rambling.
No, I love it.
So when they started making this movie, and he says it to this day, he says, we literally looked at Halloween and we just said to ourselves, how can we make that and make more money and try to make it for even less? You know, they didn't make it for less, but they did make more money initially, or maybe not. I can't remember exactly. But so he just took the parts of the horror that had come before.
Yeah, totally.
And so, you know, he took a lot of stuff from Halloween, obviously, and Black Christmas and stuff like that. Even Texas Chainsaw. There's like elements of all of it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the big thing is that when they made this movie, they were just kind of winging it.
Yeah.
And then they had the basic script. And then one of the financiers was like, hey, you guys don't have a twist ending. And like, you need something like something that's going to like shock people at the end. It can't just be like resolved.
It's a woman.
Right. That wasn't even that. They're like, not enough. Like in 1980, they're like nice twist that it's a woman.
Yeah.
Not really a twist. It's just a lady.
Yeah.
So I forget who, but somebody had suggested like, oh, remember in Carrie, at the end of Carrie, when she reaches out from the dirt and grabs the person's arm, like we need a shocking ending.
Yeah.
And so that's how they came up with the idea of the Jason thing.
Yes.
And then they did the dream. It's another fun fact about this. Everybody goes, well, how could he be? He'd be like 34 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't just be a child. It's a dream sequence. Jason jumping out of the water and grabbing her in the canoe and all that when he's a child. And they're like, how could he be that age? And then the next movie, he's like a fully grown man. It didn't happen. She's dreaming about Jason.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I didn't put that together.
Yeah. Well, because, and to be fair, it's really easy not to put together because they came up with it all.
Yeah, because it's not clear. It's not clear. Okay, but that checks out. But when you say it like that, it makes sense.
Right. So if it wasn't for the fact that they were just trying to shock you, you wouldn't have all of the sequels because the mom would be dead and there would be no dream sequence of Jason because Jason would have just been the mom's motivation. So luckily some financier, whoever that guy was, I don't know if his name's out there anywhere or somebody has it.
Yeah.
Someone should credit that guy.
Oh, totally.
Not often the people with all the money have the answer.
Yeah.
They're usually
but apparently he had the answer a little bit. He has this secret formula thing.
Yeah. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't have, 19 sequels or whatever.
That's insane. That's
10.
insane.
Yeah.
Something I learned last night for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
When you think Friday the 13th,
yeah.
You think
yeah.
You think, okay, mouth breather, obviously. It's asthma. Get an inhaler. Close your mouth. You're catching flies. What I learned, it's actually ki ma ma ma.
Right.
Ki.
Right. Because he said. Yeah, go ahead.
Because in the end, when the mom, Mrs. Voorhees, Pamela, she's like, kill her, mommy, kill her.
Yeah.
Because she's now can talk to her dad, and she's schizophrenic or whatever, who knows.
Yeah.
That's Kiki Mama is kill her mommy.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys are so smart.
Well, in interviews, Manfredi said that he they had figured out the plot by the time he had to score the film. Lucky for him. But he was just trying to add something extra to that score. He clearly ripped off a Psycho.
Yeah, and Jaws.
In Jaws, yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of unfair to always say the same thing about ripoff. It's the first to start borrowing.
Every movie steals and every movie borrows. It's like, but they make it their own.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this sounds like it, but it's not it though. It's different, and they make it their own, which is awesome. But it's like everyone's always afraid of like, oh, someone else made this idea. It's like everybody's made everything.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Led Zeppelin stole a bunch of shit from the band Spirit. If you go listen to Spirit, you're like, oh, that's Kashmir, but not as good. I'm not saying that it's justified. That one's actually a little more of a problem, I would say.
Yeah, but it's,
you guys owe them some money. Anyway.
Because they are watching this podcast. They're huge fans.
But if you slightly alter two different soundtracks, put them together, and then create your own thing, that's just, that's you honestly, you made your own thing. I mean, there's only so many notes. There's only so many chord progressions, whatever, right?
You're doing it.
So Manfredi said that, like, he's said in interviews where he was like, once he got, the film and to score it, it was like to add something to the ambiance of it. Mm-hmm. He just said, kill, 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 mom, mom, mom. And then he just broke it down to the consonants and then just, did the whisper thing. So it's like, so if anybody's ever had that debate, it's over. People have been interviewed about this that made the thing.
It's over.
Sorry,
we figured it out.
You can keep arguing though. It's fun.
This is just, I just wrote down plot points randomly, you know, as we do.
Yeah.
If you're going to a camp, okay, and you ask,
we all are soon. Sorry, go ahead. Didn't mean to get political. Sorry.
Cries in Spanish. Shouldn't have said that either.
I'll be at Spooky Empire October 31st through November 2nd in Florida. Please don't take my co-host.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, go ahead.
If you're going to a summer camp, okay, and you ask the town diner where it is, and they all just look at you and stare.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a sign that you should stay or that you should maybe leave?
Yeah, I feel like probably a good idea to just get out of there. Yeah. I know you already put your down payment or whatever. Too bad. Take the L. It's better to lose a little money than go get stabbed in the throat in the woods.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. A lot of throat stuff in this one.
A lot of throat stuff. A lot of. They really said we have one thing we can do.
Yeah.
And it is just people dying via the throat.
Tom Savini was in his throat era.
He's like, I'm really good at this, but only stuff they have to die via the neck, and that's it.
Can I real quick? Sorry, I just the only summer camp I went to, my grandma was like my moms are gay, and so my Southern Baptist grandma was like, I don't know if she thought it was like contagious or something, so she was like, I gotta do.
Send you to a gay camp?
No, she sent me to a Christian
conversion.
No, just like a regular a Christian summer camp thing. Okay. And I'm from the South, you know, and it's like pretty common.
Yeah.
But I didn't know there were regular summer camps because, you only know what you grow up in.
Yeah.
So like she was like determined to make sure that I didn't be gay or something, I guess. Okay. Or it was just like that's her world, She was like very involved in her church.
Yeah.
So I went to the same Christian summer camp every summer. And then as a kid, and then as I got older, I would meet other kids and they would talk about camp and I'd be like, oh yeah, isn't chapel the worst? And they'd be like, what? like I didn't know until I was like 13 that like other kids.
Oh, Oh, you don't pray?
Yeah. I was like, that sounds so much more fun.
I was like, wow, you guys shoot arrows? That's cool. I want to freaking do that. I never went to like an actual summer camp.
Yeah.
And I feel deprived of my childhood.
Yes, you were.
But I was also scared because I just don't know why I just had anxiety.
I mean, it is scary.
But
it was the worst.
It would have been so fun.
It's crazy when you think about it. Sorry, go ahead.
Day camp.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Right.
You look at me and you're like, yeah, your parents picked you up. That makes sense. Like sleepovers, I called my mom.
Yeah.
Every time. I was like, I'm sleeping over. And then I was like, Mom, come pick me up.
Yeah.
Every time. And they're like, yeah, you don't stay. I'm like, yes, because I want to go home. I want to be in my bed.
It makes sense when you think about it to think that way because it's like a survival instinct. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That everybody just goes like, yeah, here, I barely know you or don't know you at all. And then who's helping you? Teenagers?
Crazy.
I would never leave. I wouldn't leave a dog with some teenagers I didn't know, much less a child. What the fuck are you
I'd leave
people
a
doing?
child. I'd leave a child.
I'd leave a child, yeah.
It's also going back to the beginning with the opening kill.
Yeah.
And they're singing.
Yeah.
Like a campfire song, whatever.
Yeah.
They go have sex, go quick, they're gonna make out. Jason Prude. Or his mom, Prude.
Big Prude.
Big Prude. I love that they don't really show the kills.
Yeah.
But they said, you know what's a good way to start the movie? Just do a slow zoom in and then a freeze frame.
Yeah.
For a really long time.
Yeah. Instead of ending that way like every movie does.
Correct. Yeah, you're like we're gonna start that way.
Yeah. More of that winging it.
I mean, you know what? Good for them. At this rate, you know what? This is a set. Also, this is my beef. Okay. With the I went to the screening, like what was it? The 45th, 50th, 40th, 50th?
It'd be 45th.
45th,
right?
yeah. They had like a big screening. And everyone's in there like, the little red shorts. They got their camp counselor shirts, that you see. Nobody wears that in the movie.
No.
There's one girl who wears red shorts.
Yeah.
They are long red shorts, and she wears them with a denim top. Nobody has that shirt.
No.
These shorts are just linked all of a sudden to the 80s, and now all of a sudden everybody's wearing these shorts because it's like they're 80s. They're from the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like they're not. They're literally not. And it's a lie, and I need to say it because everyone's like, this is from the movie. Oh my God, I'm going to dress like I'm from the movie. It's like, no, not accurate. You're fake fan is what I'm saying. I'm calling you out.
Can I elaborate?
I'll allow it.
So just to something I think that this movie, it deserves a little bit of the calling out of stuff to some extent, especially since they've been pretty open about it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's important, and I part of you were on my podcast.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Sean knows nothing.
Yeah, totally.
And so half the podcast is explaining horror to Sean.
Yep. He's like, what is this? This is stupid. I mean, he watched the movie that we were talking about on his way there on his phone while he was driving.
And somehow actually absorbed it, which is crazy.
He was just, I'm like, are you driving a Tesla? Like, what are you doing here?
Well, we used to make him watch them with us. Like, we'd be like, you're coming over, you're watching the movie.
Yeah, and then we're going to talk about it. Yeah.
So, but what I was going to say about that is that it's important to put this in the context of not only horror, but the time in the world in general.
Yeah.
And like, when everybody does the thing where they go like, oh, well, this movie ripped off all the, but it's like, yeah, like we talked about, it's borrowing all that.
Yeah.
But it's also important to remember that like, it doesn't get enough credit for being the first to do it. Like everybody,
totally.
Yeah, like everybody, everybody goes, well, Halloween did all this stuff first. No, it's not. Black Christmas did.
Yeah.
Like, and then Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out the same year, and like these are the two movies that, and Psycho informed all that, right?
And there's even films before Psycho.
Exactly.
So it's
yeah. So what I was gonna say though about the way that this movie should be respected in a way is that it was the first to lay the groundwork for all the stuff everybody later hated.
Yeah.
And this movie got a lot of shit from critics and everything, but like when it came out, but like the point is that like if Halloween's the template, nobody did anything with it until they did.
Yeah.
So like Halloween may have been the template for what was going to come. But Friday the 13th was the template for how to rip off the popular thing. I mean, it's literally their fault, but also their ingenuity and the idea of like taking, I mean, you wouldn't have it's the first camp, like cabin movie stuff. Like, I mean, there might be something before that, but it's definitely not the one that popularized it.
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't get enough credit for innovating in the way that it did.
Totally.
Like, okay, well, it took from borrowed and whatever, but but everybody doesn't rip off Halloween. Everybody rips off Friday the 13th.
They do.
So
that's true. That's true.
My hot take.
I love it. I agree with you. I just was calling out fans.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So the clothes,
yes,
right?
I was like,
right.
You're a fake fan because that's not.
You're mixing Sleepaway Camp.
It's not accurate. It's not accurate. It's not accurate, and you're wrong. But that's okay.
They're mixing up Sleepaway Camp, Friday the 13th, and I mean, pick another 80s movie.
Yeah, they all have it. It's all in there.
Yeah.
You see a red shorts, you're like, it's an 80s horror movie. It's the summer. They're going to camp. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just fun to wear.
Yeah, you know what? They're fine. I just wanted to say that because I went to the screening and everyone was like, "You're wearing the same shorts," and I'm like, "Yeah, but like I know this isn't accurate.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah,
they don't.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I hate that. And then Spirit sells it. So I'm like, this is wrong.
Yeah,
this is wrong. This is wrong. I can't read my handwriting. This is so funny. I write chicken scratch. It is full chicken.
That's funny that you've somehow mixed the two worlds of like you've seen mine. Like I write everything on the notepads. And then instead of having the notepad, you have the phone.
Because it feels like it's too much, and then the paper will ring.
Right.
And also, if I need to look something up, then I have it right here, and I can just.
But it's so small.
It is. You can zoom in.
Whoa!
Yeah,
that's a big zoom.
You can zoom. You can zoom.
You can zoom. Very nice.
Can zoom.
Very nice.
We talked about going to camp. They ask a very serious question in the movie.
You know me, all serious all the time.
Okay. If you were an ice cream flavor, which ice cream flavor would you be?
Can I just say, having you on as a guest made me realize that like I needed to step up my hosting for having guests on and stuff. Because I just sit around with two dickheads that I gotta wrangle all the time, and then you have somebody come in who's like, "Hey." Then you can have fun in other ways. You don't have to just yell at them. So thank you for opening my mind.
I got you.
Okay, so favorite ice cream flavor? Is that the question?
No.
Sorry.
I'll phrase it again.
Yeah.
If you were an ice cream flavor, which ice cream flavor would you be?
Oh, so not my favorite, but which one would personify what I personify or whatever? Rocky Road.
Because that's someone's response.
Yeah.
In the movie, which is great. But also, you'd be Rocky Road.
Yeah, I feel like it's representative of me. It's like a collection of a lot of different things that have created something that can be appreciated by those that want to appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
If that makes sense. And also, I've had a weird life. Pretty rocky road,
Valid, yeah.
Can't have the sweet without the sour, though,
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
I would have no set if it wasn't for... I'm not a very good joke writer. I'm just...
That's just trauma. Trauma.
Yeah.
If I didn't have my stutter...
You sound like someone who's bad at comedy when you say that, No,
sometimes, you know what?
But you know that? Like all those people?
100%.
Oh, they're just riding their gayness. You're like, oh, is that... Is that
you know what? It works. If you got it, use it. Honestly, use it.
But this is the thing that people that don't do comedy for real, like say about comedy, because then they're like, oh, well, they're just like riding their one thing. It's like, yeah, well, if you knew how many people were gay who are not famous comics, or how many people whatever, like I got a couple of jokes about having lesbian moms.
Yeah.
If somebody was ever like, oh, you just like ride that for your material or something, which is not true, but if they did say that, it's like even if that's true. Like you could find a bunch of other people that do that. Like it doesn't make you good.
Totally, 100%.
Like being funny with your thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Anyway, if you got something to say about her, go eat shit. Fuck you. There you go.
Thank you.
I'm nice to people who are nice to me.
Hell yeah.
And some others too, I guess. Sorry.
Well,
Rocky Road.
What I would be.
Yeah.
Vanilla. Maybe with sprinkles.
Why?
Because I'm flat, white, and boring. But
No
the
more of that.
sprinkles makes it interesting.
No more of that.
No,
No
but
more of that.
I also love vanilla. And also, I think it's vanilla because it's also a classic
Okay.
and it's hard to do well and replicate well.
Yeah.
I've had bad vanilla. You've had bad.
Yeah.
It's hard to do the simple things.
That's a good take on it, actually. I take it back. You can keep it.
I'm simple.
But if you can take simple and make it interesting,
Yeah,
that's something.
Dude, vanilla? People shit on me when they're just plain vanilla. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had good vanilla before? Then you haven't lived. It's so good. When it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the other shit. Like I want a plain cheeseburger. Everyone's like, why would you do that? I'm like, because otherwise, like, you can add stuff and make it taste good.
Right.
But it's so hard to just make the burger by itself taste good.
Okay.
I find like a burger. So you know what? No,
Okay.
no. You don't need to add much. It's just me.
Okay.
That's the
Hell yeah.
that's the moment. So did you have a favorite part in Friday the 13th?
My favorite part
Is everybody
now
dying?
from like doing all the research and stuff
Mhm.
for the podcast and everything, and like getting into like the world of horror beyond the films.
Yes.
My favorite part is because I had a scholarship to go to school for theater.
Cool. I
Um,
did not know. I did not know how theater kids you were.
yeah,
I did not know that.
Well, that's the thing is I just wanted to be funny, and I didn't.
Are you talking singing or acting?
Mostly just acting, but I was very resistant to the singing aspect
Okay.
of it. But later, when they were like, "You'll lose your scholarship if you don't partake in
That's
everything
amazing.
we do," so that I was
I'm learning so much about you. This was great.
I was forced to be more theater kiddie than I would have liked to have. But in hindsight, it was just I wanted to be funny, and I
Yeah.
didn't know how to do it. So when I was little, I just saw like Jim Carrey being funny,
Yeah.
and I went like, "Oh, I want to do that." So to me, it was like, "Oh, the only way to be funny is to go be an actor, where
Totally.
you're allowed to just like be silly." And then as I got older, I got into theater, which got me into, they do the improv games and stuff.
Yeah.
And then people would be like, "Oh man, you're really funny at those improv games." And then I was like, "Oh, okay, that's another way for me to be funny."
Yeah.
And then I got into improv and I was like, "I really don't like this. This isn't my energy, but I do
Mhm.
like being funny." Because I was told, I don't think improv's your thing because every time someone heckles, you break character and start going in on them. You can't, that's in
You can't
improv,
do
you got to
that.
stay in character and like
Yeah.
be funny. And I would just be like, "Shut the fuck up." And they're like, "You can't do that."
You're like, but stand up. You can.
Yes. So it took a long time.
Yeah.
But, by the time I was like 24, I think I had gotten into stand up.
Yeah.
So,
I was that way too with improv.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I wasn't like attacking people like that. That's crazy.
I'm from Florida, sorry.
That's valid. But I just couldn't my brain doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
With improv and sketch, I liked it because I could pre-write it.
Right.
And then I took a stand-up class and I was like, oh, this is fun. But
Yeah.
there was only 4 people in my stand-up class.
Yeah.
And my favorite bit, I sometimes still use it to this day. And I did it in this class because we had to do crowd work in a class of 4 people.
Just like a mic. Go
It
ahead.
was brutal. It was brutal. But it was like to teach crowd work.
Yeah.
And so I went up to somebody and I was like, "Hi, sir, how are you doing today?" And they're like, "Good, good." I'm like, "Did you do anything fun today?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's great." And I was like, "That's awesome." Okay, crowd work done. And and it crushes
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, and I still
but
use
it
it to this
works.
day. It's so good.
Well, that's
It's-
what's great about it is you can take all these elements and just make it what you want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the question was,
Yes.
what part of the film? Sorry.
You're good. No, there's again. No, we never
Okay.
want.
What part of the movie is my favorite? At least now, is coming from that theater background. You get to find out all this stuff about like what people have done before.
Yeah.
And so Mrs. Voorhees in the movie, she's got that scene where the final showdown, which happens multiple scenes where
Yeah.
they keep fighting,
Mhm.
which is hilarious. It's like this
They just
long
keep
drag
going.
out.
You're like, okay, just
Yeah.
somebody kill somebody, please.
But there's the one part where she's like smacking the shit out of
Yeah.
Alice, right? She's just like,
Mhm.
and so in these interviews, she's like Alice is like, "Yeah, she really hit me," like, and then they interview I forget her name. Sorry, I'm not a brain
okay.
fart. But
I'm terrible with names. I'm gonna look it up right now.
But they interview Miss,
Betsy Palmer.
Yeah, Betsy Palmer, and she goes, "I come from the world of theater, and we really hit each other there." And I was like, "That's not true."
Which theater company are you a part of? Damn, I don't want to. Do you actually shoot people too in your plays?
Right.
You have real bullets?
I took stage combat. Like,
clearly you didn't, because you're supposed to actually hit people. Supposed to actually kill people when you're on stage.
It's so funny to justify just smacking some girl around.
Sure. I also read that and I was like, what a crazy thing to say.
It's my favorite part just to imagine them having to stop and this girl be like, "What the fuck is happening?" And she's like,
"It keeps hitting me."
She's like, "Be a thespian, you pussy," and then she's just smacking the shit out of this girl. I don't know why, but that's so funny.
Be a thespian, you pussy.
My least favorite part is, of course, the snake thing, because they actually killed the snake in this movie. It was so they brought in. Tom Savini had made the suggestion to have. He had a snake in his cabin, so and it scared him. So he was like, "Scared me. Put it in the movie."
Yeah.
And then somebody elaborated on that of like, "Oh yeah, we could cut it up." And Tom Savini, and he's talked about this before, where he let everybody know, like, none of this is my idea. I'm a special effects guy. I'm not a fucking animal murderer.
Yeah.
He's like, if they wanted a snake, I would have figured out, get in something, a prop to do that with. But they brought in animal like a snake wrangler person to fucking bring in a pet snake, but it was his personal pet snake.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
that's so sad.
It's the saddest shit, dude. And they brought it in, and then fucking.
And they didn't tell him they were gonna kill it.
And and I don't know what the communication breakdown was there. I don't know if Sean Cunningham just thought it was like somebody just brought them a snake, but it was the guy's personal snake, and then Sean Cunningham had like them actually chop up the snake. And this is my whole thing about there was this is why rules exist now, because of shit like this. And so they like killed this dude's snake, and he's like crying on set. Like, it's a really awful. There's like a rumor or whatever that like you can hear him crying off scene, and like some of the stuff that happened right around them, which is, I don't think it's true. I've never heard that, but yeah, this is a real thing.
God damn,
And
that's
so
crazy.
When you listen to these people talk about that in documentaries, everybody kind of downplays it because they just don't want to have to deal with the consequences of that. Because
no, I'm clipping this shit. I'm clipping this shit.
But you can find interviews where people are like, they're trying to like, they're kind of, it was, "Oh, it was so sad," and it's like, yeah, it was fucked up, dude.
You killed a snake. I don't like snakes, but I'm not gonna kill one on camera.
Yeah, if you got to defend yourself from an animal attacking you, absolutely. But
this is a movie.
Yeah.
That's the guy's personal snake.
Yeah, you absolutely have the ability to fake a snake kill.
Oh my god!
They make rubber snakes. You didn't like.
It's, yeah.
This movie is not so important culturally to where you would need to kill a live animal on screen.
Yeah, I don't think you need to at all.
No,
but, teach their own.
Yeah.
Teach their own, I guess. Good gravy.
Sorry, that's not a way to end. No, if you were trying to wrap up.
That's fine. No, I wasn't. No,
okay,
you're good.
Thank God.
No, we're just gonna end in a very depressive way. I have more fun facts.
Yeah.
You know all of these. Sally Field was supposed to play Alice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They wanted Sally Field originally.
Damn, that would have been pretty sick.
But I was like, okay, fuck yeah. But they were like, oh, it's gonna be too much money to get her.
Yeah.
So
I think they spent what they had on Betsy Palmer, I think. And Kevin Bacon was still on the come up then, so I don't think... Yeah,
he wasn't like quite...
Yeah, but Kevin Bacon... You could afford Kevin Bacon in early 1980.
Yeah, but that was about it. Can you see me said that? Kiki Mama. Yeah. The original title. Do you know that?
No. What was it?
A Long Night at Camp Blood.
More hokey?
Which makes sense, though, because if you go on Tubi, a lot of movies are named Camp Blood.
Yes.
And I was like, now I'm like, I get it now. Because,
you know what? You're sponsored by Fangoria.
Yes.
You should be sponsored by Tubi. I don't think anybody has done more promo for Tubi in the world than you.
I fucking love Tubi.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Tubi, give her some fucking money. What are you doing? This is crazy. No one gives a shit but her. Give her the money. All right.
I love
promo over.
I love Tubi so much.
It's so bad.
It's so great. They have good stuff on there though too.
Yeah.
But then like they have just like the weirdest horror movies ever.
Yeah.
And they're so bad.
They're the new Lionsgate of 2000. Like Lionsgate got their start distributing like homemade shit.
Yeah.
And then, they got to go legitimate with Saw and stuff like that. But like Tubi's like the new version of that, where they're like, whatever you got, dude, we'll put it on.
Dude, and they do. And they do. And they keep it on. And it's I like it's honestly promising.
Yeah.
When you see a shit movie on Tubi and you go, that's gonna be me one day. And then it's like someone's gonna be on their podcast talking so much shit about how bad my movie is. And I can't wait for that. I'm like, what an honor. What an honor
100%.
to be just shat upon. Speaking of shit, we're talking a lot of shit this episode.
a lot
of shit this episode. No, but it's
like the start of the 80s, so it makes sense.
Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Again, everything comes full circle. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody gives the 90s all this shit. Like, oh, horror was so bad in the 90s. I'm like, dog, and they started making VHS movies in the 80s where people were just taking their camcorders and then they would make a movie and then they would go to mom and pop shops and get their movies distributed themselves. Like, they're VHS made movies. Like, you want to say the 90s is shitty, there's plenty to point at. But, like, the 80s was, like, the first time anybody could, like distribute whatever. And they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
But, like, let's not pretend like the 90s is the worst part of horror. Like, fuck off. Like, you ever see Killer Workout? It's so fun.
Oh, but it's like...
It's dog shit.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
When you watch it on Amazon, it has the VHS, like, copy mess up because no one has an original print of it because it was made on VHS tapes.
Amazing.
Sorry.
Brilliant.
No,
it's brilliant. No, it's brilliant. I have to say one of the part that I from the movie really quick.
Can I set you up? Can I set you up for it real quick?
Yeah, go.
Okay, I'm trying to get better at this.
Yes, go ahead. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So, what was your favorite part?
Oh, thank you so much for asking. My favorite part. Well, I don't know if it was my favorite part, but this part, I was like reading my notes as you were saying because I was like, I like to recover everything. And when Alice she runs into the cabin and she sees her friend dead. She has the slowest and longest and quietest freak out.
Yeah.
Where she just... And then just slowly just is like... She's like leaving the room.
Yeah.
And she's just really quiet. And you're just like...
It takes fucking forever.
And you're like, scream.
Yeah.
Get out of there. And she's like, no, we have to really... milk this scene.
I always imagine Sean Cunningham like a show producer that's
slower,
like a show producer that's like the headliner's not here. You got to do another 5.
Just really elongate it. Just keep going, and nope, longer. Just even slower. Hey, Alice. My name's not Alice. I don't care. Alice, babe. Hey, sweetheart. Just slow it down, but like times 45.
Yeah.
Just half speed it. Just really slow-mo it. Pretend like you're in slow-mo.
Yeah.
And just go.
It's like In a Violent Nature, but the whole movie.
Yeah, Violent Nature. Which it's funny when you hear about in a Violent Nature because I hated that movie. I almost fell asleep.
Conceptually, great idea.
Oh, stunning.
Just the execution could have been a little
ASMR.
different.
ASMR.
Yeah.
But what I realized is it's making fun of slasher movies and how boring they actually are. And I was like, fair. I get it.
Yeah.
But
if you're gonna make something satirical or whatever, it's like you can make something to have people go, hey, good point.
Yeah.
But it's also important that you make that point entertaining.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're just making a statement, not a piece of entertainment.
Oh, totally.
Call it a piece of art if you want.
It is so art.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's shot fucking amazing.
I have to say this, and I'm so glad you told me that it was a dream.
Yeah.
Because I wrote at the very end, this is like the last thing I wrote.
Yeah.
I said, so why didn't Jason just tell his mom he was still alive?
Right.
Communication.
Now, you're not wrong in the sense that...
Because in theory, he is alive.
Right. So there's fan theories that say that there's no way she could have done all that killing on her own.
Yeah.
Especially with the part where she pulls up in the Jeep to the cabin after the scene before she's thrown someone through a window.
Yeah. You're like, okay, Pam.
Right.
Like, well,
Okay.
you're doing Pilates.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you take the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
She's like in her 50s.
Yeah,
She's
you're
just
like-
throwing people through windows. Like,
Sure.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Sure. Good.
Are you China? What is
Are
this?
you javelining people?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
But, the obvious thing would be, realistically, they weren't thinking it through, and
Totally.
this is an obvious plot hole. She can't drive a
Obviously.
Jeep up to a cabin after she threw a girl through a window.
Yeah.
So
It's tough.
But the fun way to look at it would be that maybe Jason has already been alive the whole time and he's helping her, and that that's the other thing, is that Jason's actually assisting her in these murders, because not all of these things would be something that a middle-aged or older woman could do on her own.
Okay. You just call her old?
She was, yeah.
She was actually 20 when she shot that.
Yeah.
Fun fact, she's
Yeah.
actually 20.
Yeah, everybody in horror movies is 50 playing an 18-year-old,
Yep,
or
absolutely.
they're 20 and they look 50.
Absolutely.
But it's a fun fan theory, but
Yeah.
I think I could be wrong. But can we look this up? I'm just kidding. But I could be wrong. But I think part of the thing was like his spirit or whatever brought his body back, like because
Sure.
of killing his mom.
Sure, why not?
Was like I think that's, I could be wrong. I
Sure.
forget the lore
Yeah.
that they had to make up through the next 28
She had to
films.
grab her head. Also the head grab. We have to talk about that, and then we'll
Oh,
wrap
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the when she
Yeah.
the oar. No, she has the machete.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Which
hits her.
it's a sharp ass
And then-
machete. I've used a machete before
Also
on
clean cut,
trees
cut
and stuff.
clean
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
But then to be grabbing at your head and
Yeah. So sick.
doesn't make any sense. Hilarious.
You know the fun fact for this one?
Sure, tell me.
So, if you look, so clearly man hands. There are grown man hairy hands going like this, and I guess they thought because it was a dark night shot that people
they
wouldn't
could get away
notice.
with it.
It's like the hammer in Halloween when it smashes the window on the car,
Yeah.
but there's like tape on it, so it
It's
doesn't
like
go flying.
It's like,
Like,
clearly. Yeah.
So clearly, like there's like gaff tape on the hammer.
Oh,
That's
fuck
like
yeah.
that with this, where it's like everybody thought no one would notice, and everybody
Everyone
fucking
does it. Yeah.
But also, to be fair, when everybody made this,
I didn't notice.
I did.
I didn't notice till now. I have to go rewatch
Well,
it.
this is all these things were made when a home VHS was so expensive that
Yeah.
you really had to have money to have anything that you would see over and over again, unless you were going to the movies
Yeah.
regularly, nonstop to see the same thing.
It's crazy.
And stuff didn't stay in theaters like it does now to
Yeah.
go like, oh, you can go here to see this old movie. Back then, the movie went for its run, and then you didn't get to see it again until they played the TV edit version,
Yeah.
unless you were wealthy enough to export like a $600 VCR or whatever.
Yeah.
So now everybody gets to go, oh, we saw it and everybody knew. No, they didn't. You saw that movie once or twice, maybe.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, were you afraidy or not afraidy of Friday the 13th?
I was not afraidy.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's not an afraidy film.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think if I had seen it earlier,
Then,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
Because I think my first Jason movie was like, my first Friday the 13th was Takes Manhattan. Like it's the Muppets. And I was like,
that's insane.
it's such a bad movie.
It's so fun. It's so
It's
fun.
so fun and so
It's
stupid.
so stupid. It's
so
great.
clearly Canada.
You're like, what? This is
Like,
not New York, but whatever. Sure.
there's like
Sure, fine.
landmarks of Toronto in the background.
Like, clearly you're
"Dude,
like,
what are you guys doing?
You couldn't even
Yeah.
just shift the camera just ever so slightly. They said, no, we got to keep it in. But the lighting's good.
Yeah.
The lighting's good this way.
Shout out the Canadian tax
Yeah.
credit.
Thanks.
Got a lot of movies made because of them.
Shout out to the Canadians, man.
Yeah, making sure that you got cheaper Hollywood.
And keeping us safe. Thanks, Canada. Now this is the point of the show where you plug yourself.
Oh, great.
Plug other things. Yeah.
Zach Bennett comedy on all the stuff. Reasonably Afraid horror podcast.
Which is awesome.
Thank you. Katie's episode is episode 34, I believe.
Heck yeah.
35, 34, something like that.
Yeah.
Ready or Not.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. That was great. You had a lot of cool fun facts and fun games. So thanks for opening our world.
I got you.
Anyway, yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Of
This is so much
course,
fun.
dude. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah.
And this is, before we wrap, we always give shitty advice about
yeah.
about the movie.
Yeah.
To leave people on. So like, Don't go to summer camp. Don't ever have sex. That's a big one. Yeah, don't have kids and have them go to summer camp, and then because they could drown.
Yeah,
and then you'll come back, and you'll be crazy, and then you'll kill a bunch of kids because you're hearing your dead son.
You'll have a reverse psycho too. Yeah. My advice. Wait, this would be good advice. So
That's okay.
I guess it doesn't count.
Don't
leave your kids with strangers. Fuck you doing?
Honestly, yeah. Stranger danger. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's great advice.
Don't be alive in the 80s if you can help it.
Don't be alive.
Did it. Not a fan, honestly.
I didn't do it.
Yeah. Don't be a kid in the 80s. Adult in the 80s is fun. Yeah. Cocaine, all that. Are we getting flagged?
We're getting flagged. We're flagged already for starting. Hell yeah. But thank you so much for coming on, Zach.
Thanks for having me.
This rocked. And guys, we will see.
We would like to give a huge thanks to a few of our sponsors. Filmcraft Studio Gear, where you can get any gear you're looking for all production needs. Go to filmcraftla.com, or you can find them at filmcraftla on Instagram. And of course, a big shout out to Fangoria. Want a copy of a Fangoria magazine? Use code Katie Afraidy 25 for 25% off. Katie Afraidy 25 for 25% off.